JoJo with the Cajun Cardboard coming at you with the great state of Louisiana.
What the heck? Get out of here. What is happening in here? Little Cajun minions trying to take over the show. This is Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. It's Thanksgiving Day. I'm filming this a few days early, but I'm releasing this on Thanksgiving Day. And I wanted to pick 5 random things in the hobby that I'm thankful for. What are you guys thankful for? Let me know in the comments. Again, I chose 5 out of 5 million things in the hobby that I'm really thankful for, that have gotten better over the years. I know everybody's in the doldrums about card prices going down, but I want to talk about 5 things in the hobby that I'm very thankful that we have, because it either makes me really happy, it makes my job in the hobby easier, it makes my job as a content creator easier, or it just helps me make money, to be quite honest with you. So I'm going to give you a list of 5 things. Here we go. I'm going to switch you guys over. Thing number 1, and you guys know that I'm a big fan of these folks. They are friends of mine, and yes, I'm hyping them. It's Card Ladder. To be quite honest with you, some of you guys use Market Movers or Card Hedger or Basket Weaver or 130 Point or eBay Sold Comps, whatever. Card Ladder is what I use. I've got their website pulled up over here on screen share. Again, I didn't know, I knew this, but it never really affects me because I'm a Card Ladder Pro member. I pay the membership to get access to the additional perks and different assets that Card Ladder brings when you're a pro member. But essentially it's a place where you can actually track and grow your collection. You can search for sold comps, which is primarily what I do. You can use indexes to take a step back and look what cards have done over a longer period of time, so you can kind of get a better idea of the big picture of the hobby. You can try Card Ladder for free. It is one of the largest databases out there. It's got access to any and all sold data. I think it goes back to 2001. Don't quote me on this. The guys from Card Ladder are going to be more accurate with this, but I think you can go back to 2001 and it gives you sold comps for all these different platforms. Look, eBay is a huge one, obviously. Golden Auctions, PWCC, Heritage Auctions, My Slabs, Leland's, Memory Lane, Beckett, Julian's Auctions, never even heard of it. Iconic Auctions, never heard of it. Love of the Game Auctions, never heard of it. Mile High Card Company, SCP Auctions, and Robert Edwards Auctions. So it's pulling data from all of those different platforms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 it looks like, and compiling them into a sales history. So that's what I use Card Ladder for. I love to look at particular cards on Card Ladder, and we'll look at a couple more. But the folks at Card Ladder who've recently become, under the umbrella of Collectors Universe or Collectors or whatever it's called, PSA, what used to be PSA, whatever, is thing number 1 that I'm thankful for. So I won't go into too much detail. Like I said, I'm very friendly with those folks. I respect those folks and what they're doing in the hobby. I don't get paid by them. I wish I did, but I don't. And so I'm always transparent about that. That's just one of the maybe 5 or 6 companies in the hobby that I truly endorse and promote and talk about often, because it's an integral part of how I move about the hobby as an investor and a collector, both investor or collector. Either way, Card Ladder's huge, and that's coming from a dumb dude from Louisiana who doesn't even use all the different features of Card Ladder. So thankful number 2. What am I thankful for? Number 2 is PWCC. This is no secret. You guys know how I feel about PWCC, how I feel about the vault. PWCC, for those of you who don't know, is a marketplace as well, where they have a weekly auction that ends every single week. They have a monthly auction called the Premier Auction that's 12 times a year, once per month. And then they have a fixed price marketplace, which is basically just like a showcase, a digital online showcase where people have listed their cards, buy it now or best offer. That is not all that great of a tool at the moment because so many of those cards are overpriced. But the weekly marketplace and the weekly auction, I am often on, and that's where I do probably the majority of my buying now. I love the vault specifically because that's where I store all of my valuable cards. I have a few cards at my house, a bunch of raw stuff at my house. It's really not that meaningful. But the vault is where I send the cards. Even the cards that I want to flip, I send them to the vault. because you can sell those cards, you can consign those cards through PWCC, and or you could just go ahead and list the cards yourself on eBay and use the pictures from the PWCC vault and then ship it directly from the vault to the eBay buyer. So there's really no reason, in my perspective, not to have a vault. If you really love to have the cards in your hand, just request the cards from your vault, hold them, look at them, do whatever you want with the cards, and then send them back to the vault. I keep them there, keeps them safe. Theft, fire, flood, earthquake, alligators, all the things that are a danger in Louisiana, humidity primarily. So PWCC is another thing in the hobby that I'm thankful for. I talk about it all the time. If you don't know what's going on with PWCC, then just go to the website, pwccmarketplace.com. And big fan of PWCC, and they're a huge part of me making the content that I make, because I'm usually sharing pictures from links that I created using the cards in my vault. It's also a great place to track your collection because they assign an insured value, and you can kind of take whatever you have in your vault, export it to an Excel spreadsheet, and then that spreadsheet you can keep track or assign your own values or whatever. But there's all kinds of ways you can sort your vault. You can create folders within your vault. You can share links from your vault. I can show you 2,000 Jordan cards in the next 60 seconds if I wanted to create a link and share it with you guys here. And you just can't do that with a bank vault, or even with a gun safe at your house, or even just with cardboard boxes at your house, because you got to take pictures of all the different cards. So that's number 2, what I'm thankful for in the hobby. Number 3, and this is the 3-part number 3. So 3 parts of what I'm thankful for. Number 3, it's 3 accounts on Instagram. It's Lamine James, it is Markleberry Cards, and it is Octane Collectibles. These 3 sites keep me laughing, and they go in order of the severity of how raunchy they are. So Lamine James, generally speaking, it says on here 18 plus, content will offend you. Yeah, it could, right? And they don't hold back, but it's not the most egregiously offensive content, but absolutely hilarious, phenomenal. It's literally 1,805 posts. Lamine has 27,000 followers, so you know he must be pretty damn good at what he does. Markleberry is another one, 8,083 followers. And then Octane Collectibles is another one. Now, this is where it gets extremely potentially offensive. So if you're faint of heart or you're easily offended, this is probably not a site for you to follow. But Upper Deck, Octane, and Markleberry is, those are 3 sites that I follow on Instagram that keep me laughing. It keeps the hobby light. There's always something. It seems to always come up in my feed. And Lamine James especially is what kind of first got me started, checking out memes online and on Instagram and whatnot. So, funny guy, but also a great collector. I got a great collection as well. Number 4 is card prices coming down. That's number 4. Card prices becoming more affordable. And I got a couple examples up here. I got 3 flagship type cards on here. So we've got the Giannis pulled up, right? And what I'm talking about being more affordable, look, the hobby depends on perspective. You can hear people doom and gloom all day long and bitch and complain because their prices of their cards are going down. But depending on your perspective, I'm thankful for it. I'm not thankful that the value of my collection's half what it was, 18 to 24 months ago. That sucks. But look, there's always some silver lining. There's always a positive to everything. And, the fact that cards are more affordable. And I've got this Giannis BGS 9.5 Prism rookie coming up, pictured on your screen. This card once sold for $2,890, and the last one sold for $492. Guys, it's dipped below $500, okay? So down significantly. The 2003 Topps Chrome once sold for, shockingly, $41,000. The last one sold for $6,300. The Clyde Drexler, I didn't want to choose the everyday, always go-to 86 Fleer because that one's kind of leveled off. Clyde Drexler once sold for $4,194. The card last sold for $1,542. It's a pop 346 of one of the NBA's 75 greatest. So those are just 3 examples of things that I'm thankful for in the hobby. As far as card prices going down and making it more. I feel like it's easier to be a collector in the hobby. Do I like it from an investor perspective? And not really. It's harder to make money. It's not like you can make wads and wads of money in short flips like you used to be able to. You got to be more precise. You've got to make better decisions. You can't swing and miss as often. in the buy raw grade flip game, or the buy slabs low, sell slabs high game. You've got to knock it out the park to make money in this current era. But if you're bullish on the hobby long term, like I am, I think the card prices going down is something that I'm thankful for, because I'm able to get in on a lot of cards that I thought the ship had sailed. And so that's number 4, what I'm thankful for in the hobby. And then number 5 is PSA pricing. I'm thrilled. You guys know I send the vast majority of my cards to PSA, and the same can be said for SGC and BGS, because I know their prices have come down commensurately. But PSA pricing is down to $15 for value submissions, with a not too bad of a turnaround, to be quite honest with you. That makes me happy, because now I'm back in the buy raw grade flip game. I enjoy doing that, and PSA getting staffing up, building their infrastructure and their manpower up to a level to where they can turn cards around in a reasonable amount of time, which didn't exist for a while. For a while they were shut down, and then for a while it was just not a reasonable turn time even before the shutdown. Well, now they're getting the cards back in a reasonable amount of time, and we're back to $15 a card. So it brings back a lot of cards that we thought were dead, and it might bring them back from the dead. Base Prism might not be dead forever. Yeah, the pop's high, I get it. There's a lot more to that story, but PSA pricing going back down to $15 is thing I'm thankful for in the hobby, number 5. So again, this video wasn't meant to be, this is not an exhaustive list. It is only an illustrative list, as they used to say in law school. So those are 5 things that I'm thankful for in the hobby, amongst, 4,005 things that I could have chosen. So I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Obviously, I'm happy for JoJo, who did our introduction today. He's my youngest, and he's a little soccer card collector. So I'm thankful for my family, my wife, my kids, and I'm sure you guys are as well. I'm thankful for all my friends in the hobby as well. I've gotten to know so many people in the hobby, finally getting to meet a few of them in person, going to Atlantic City for the National, going to Dallas for the big regional show down here that's sort of out my way, and hopefully catch 2 or 3 more shows, including next year's National in Chicago as well, and get to meet some more of you guys that watch the channel and that have collected kind of alongside me over the past 5 or 6 years in the hobby, 6 or 7 years in the hobby. But so many people that I've gotten to meet just online, collector groups, the Jordan group chat guys, Damian Lillard group chat guys, the guys at Luka Nation that I've gotten to meet, and some of the people that are close with the content team in Luka Nation. Just getting to meet these guys online has been such a joy and a treasure, because there's not that many people that do what I do here in Louisiana. So being able to communicate and interact and to relate and interact with people all over, not only the country, but literally all over the world, Europe, Australia, Asia, South America, shout out Rodman, and then of course all over the continental United States, has really been a pleasure and a joy. And so a lot to be thankful for in the hobby. Again, here I am blowing, sunshine up your ass and spewing rainbows, but like I said, life is about perspective. The hobby is about perspective, and there's always positive that you can glean from a hobby, even when the price of cards are dipping a little bit here as we correct from where they were pre-2018. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I hope you eat tons and feel fat, and then go watch football and then fall asleep, because football is a slow sport where they are in a huddle or in a commercial like 90% of the time. I'll be falling asleep watching football, or trying to. So hopefully you guys have a great Thanksgiving Thursday, wherever you are all around the world. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.